Hey guys, and welcome to my page and this very quick overview on the Jifu platform and why you should be getting involved. Now, first and foremost, we are all about travel, health, and wealth. But today's video, we are strictly going to stick to the wealth side and how you can get involved in the financial markets, whether you're a beginner or maybe you've traded a little bit before, but you're working towards that consistency. No matter what level you are at, we have something here for you at Jifu, which is the ultimate lifestyle membership. Now, for me personally, I think the best way for you guys to see exactly what we are all about is to give you a tour of the platform as if you already were a customer. So let's get straight to it. This is our incredible new back office. Now, what I love about this, okay, is not only do you have access to the Forex market, but you are going to be able to empower your knowledge and your finances in all areas. So we of course have Forex, which if you've ever been to my page, you know that is what I am all about. However, you also have our crypto academy, you have our e-commerce academy, social media. Right, guys, social media is so important nowadays, especially if you're an entrepreneur, if you're looking to grow, any kind of business. And then, of course, you have mindset. Now, your mindset, without this, you are not going to see success. So this is something that's super underrated. And I really think is a powerful thing that you will have access to here in Jifu, especially if you've not really been working on your mindset. Okay, but for today, we're going to dive into Forex because, that is my specialty. Now, what exactly are you going to have access to? Well, when you come to our Forex Academy, again, like I said, no matter what your level is, you're going to be able to dive straight in. And you're going to start with our modules. Now, if you're a beginner, of course, you're going to come over to our beginners modules. Now, this is specifically designed for people who have no understanding of the Forex market, which was exactly how I was 5 years ago. I did not even know that Forex stood for foreign exchange. That is how little I knew about this industry. So the beginner module is all for you. Now, of course, as you grow along this journey, you will move on to intermediate. And then, of course, we have advanced as well. So, like I said, no matter what your skill level, if you're coming to us with already a little bit of experience, you might dive straight into the intermediate. Now, this is an academy, so I want you to think of it like school. And just like school, we have teachers. So you can see our educators up here at the top. Okay, but each of these educators, if I scroll down, have live sessions. I told you guys, this is school. So you are going to attend, you need to be ready to learn. Now, with each of our educators, like you can see, there's a variety of different sessions happening every single day at multiple different times of the day. And the great part about these sessions is that number one, of course, you are there to learn. But as you can see, let's say Jay, for example, his sniper session or his New York Open scalping session, what is he doing on these sessions? Well, number one, he's teaching you, but he is also actively doing analysis and looking for trades. So if you're a beginner, you can leverage our experts, get on these sessions, take their trade ideas if you want. Of course, this is not financial advice. Trading involves risk. Let's just put that disclaimer in there. Okay. But you can come on these sessions and you can actively trade live with our educators. Okay. So, like you can see, we have a really robust schedule. Now, let's say, for example, Tyler, right? You really like Tyler, you like the way he trades, you want to learn the same scanner that Tyler uses. And let me get onto the scanners in a second. I can actually come over to Tyler. And when I come to Tyler, if I scroll to the bottom, number one, this is where I'll access his live sessions, but I can also access his recorded sessions. I can access his specific courses because each of our educators have developed their own course, as well as any relevant files that Tyler has attached for your learning needs. Guys, there's so much here, so much value, but let's go over to the scanners, which is one of my favorite parts because, of course, if you've been following me for a while, of course, I actively trade. Okay, now first and foremost, if you're new, you will come here, learn how to use the Jifu scanners, but let's just dive right in to one of our scanners. Okay, let's say Golden Era. Now, my favorite pair to trade, this is actually Trend Waves. Let me click Golden Era. My favorite pair to trade is gold, right? So I would come up here and you can trade, okay, any pair you like. Okay, you can trade any pair you like, even crypto on weekends. Now, let me just zoom in and show you exactly what we are seeing here. And this is why it's so, so great for beginners, because look at how much of the work is done for you. Okay, this yellow box here is our zone of action. This is where you would want to enter the trade. Okay, now the yellow tick is below, meaning this was a sell. And of course, you can see the invalidation, which is a stop loss, is above. For those of you who never traded before, do not worry. You will learn what all of this means. But for my beginners, all you need to understand from this is that the work has been done. In this yellow box is where you will enter the trade. You will then copy the exits, which is your take profits, meaning this particular trade, if you entered here, it has come down, it has hit the first exit, you would have made money. It continued to go down, it hit the second exit, you would have made money. Okay, so for those of you who are beginners, all you have to do is learn how to copy and paste those numbers. If you've traded before, then you know how powerful this is when you've got all of your analysis done for you. Now, what's so great about these scanners is depending on the type of trader you are, you can also cycle through the time frames and trade on different time frames. So if I just quickly come over to Trend Wave, for example, okay, now this is a trade that had only it activated over here, okay, on the 1 minute. So it kind of hovered in that area for a while. Apologies for my son in the background. He has just decided to wake up. Okay, so entry was here. You can see where it says long, indicating a buy. So you would have entered, you would have been in profit. It's hit exit one. Okay, it actually looked like it got super close to exit two up here. Okay, now this, if you hold and continue, this could, go all the way up to exit 5 on Euro USD. Okay, guys, so what I love about these scanners, number one, is that they are very, very beginner friendly. Trendwave and Golden Era give you everything you need to know. But for those of you who really, really want to geek out in the market, you want to learn how to trade for yourself, you will come over to Killshot or you'll Sniper Pro, where you'll be able to study these strategies in order to be able to independently trade for yourself. Okay, so guys, last thing that I want to talk about is our app. Now, with our app, you guys will have access to, okay, our educators via the app in the form of notifications. Now, what happens here is that you will get trade ideas sent directly to your phone. And again, not financial advice, but if you choose to take these trade ideas, right? So if you choose to take these trade ideas, apologies, I was logging on my phone so that I can actually show you guys exactly, here we go, what these look like. So you will have access to these trade ideas. And if I just go ahead and share my phone screen, okay, what I love about this is, of course, if you are on the go, you are still going to be able to trade with us. Let's come over to our app. Here we go. So, Tony and Nico, okay, some of our fan favorites, they send phenomenal, phenomenal trades, but they gave us a quick recap of their last 3 trade ideas that were shared on the Jifu Connect app. Okay, and combined, they had a risk reward of 21.7. What does that mean? Well, let me give you an example. I'm not very good at maths, but let's say a trade was a risk reward of 1 to 2. If you were risking $10, okay, if it went and hit your take profit, you'd make $20. Okay, 1 to 1 would be $10 and $10. 1 to 2 would be $10 to make $20. Now, this was a 1 to 21.7. That means if you were risking $10, you would have made $217.40. Okay, go check my maths on that one. But guys, you can see here the breakdown, right? And the, the numbers don't lie here. You can see the before, you can then see where we entered, and this trade massively, massively tanked. Okay, same here. This one was for a buy. You can see at the bottom where we had entered, and it absolutely flew. Okay, and the last one here was another buy. Oh, there we go. It was another buy. And again, you can see the after where we entered down at the bottom and it absolutely flew. Now, not only are we sent trade ideas on this app, but we're also sent educational content. Okay, so for example, here we're given a breakdown of the Sniper Pro scanner, okay, with an educational session from John. Okay, we are also given analysis of the market and why and what an educator is looking for. Okay, so this is what I also really, really love about the Jifu Connect app. Yes, you're going to be able to make money. You're going to be able to copy our educators' trade ideas, but it also gives us a really unique insight into their thought process into the market. Okay, so Josh, especially, he really looks at, here we go. He really looks at how the economy affects the market. And if you have been on Instagram lately, if you've been on the news, you would have seen Trump making his tariff announcement, and that has had a massive, massive impact on the market. And Josh has been giving us his exclusive insight into what he thinks is going to happen in the market because of Trump's announcement. Okay, so guys, that is the Jifu app. That is the Jifu back office. Let me go back over to our screen here so we can just talk about now how you would get involved. Okay, so for our health and wealth and travel, okay, how would you actually get involved? And I'm going to skip through. I don't like presentations, right? I like to show you guys exactly what you'd have access to, okay? So it's very, very simple. For our digital pack, okay, if you are in a country or sorry, a continent, Africa, Asia, Caribbean, Latin America, you will have access to the entry pack if you wish. Everyone else, I'm just going to be talking about the elite pack. Okay, so the elite pack gives you access to everything I just spoke about. You have all of the education, Forex, crypto, the mindset, social media, e-commerce. You'll also have access to all of those live sessions. You'll have access to all of the scanners, and you will have access to all of the copy trades via the Jifu Connect app. And this is available globally, no matter which country you are in, you will have access to the Elite Pack. Now, the Elite Pack is an upfront cost of $299. Now, again, depending which country you're in and depending which currency that you are paying in, it may be slightly different. For example, in Canada, it is $275. In Europe, it is 250 euros. So it just depends on the country, okay? But that just gives you a rough idea. After your first month, the cost then goes down to $165 monthly going forward. Now, this is a subscription. It is like Netflix. As soon as you pay, you get access to everything I just showed you. If you decide you want to cancel, you can cancel at any time. So guys, if you are ready to get started on your financial journey, and I'm going to move quick here because my little man is waking up. If you're ready to get started on your financial journey and you want to lock in with me, have that one-to-one mentorship, and get access to everything I have just spoken about, then message me on Instagram at the Shannon Hughes, or feel free to comment in the comment section saying ready, and I'm going to reach out to you and get you started. Okay, guys, take care, and hopefully I will see you guys on the next call.